vegan, because it's barbarous to torture, kill, and then eat the weaker innocent beings.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Unsere Sendungen bieten viele Sprachen. Gehen Sie auf suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The owner of a local supermarket offered him free materials if he could produce more. Mr. Couch immediately accepted the challenge and in a week built 35 more desks. The finished desks have been delivered to local students as well as the surrounding rural areas, all free of charge. Please continue watching to find out more.
Dagote means hello in the San Carlos dialect of Western Apache, one of the languages spoken in the Apache Nation. This is how the friendly Apache might greet you if you ever visited their land. Charming viewers, I'm Ronald. The cordial people of the Apache Nation wish that God guides you in every moment of your life. Welcome to our show titled Being Guardian Angels for Each Other, Part 1 of 2. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought tremendous challenges to all and changed people's lives forever. However, it also has offered great opportunities for individuals to help and support one another. By doing so, we create a more loving and compassionate world. Today, we are going to introduce a few heartwarming stories that show how people give unconditionally in tough times. Miss Donna Lamanaka is a supervisory officer working in the Johnstown-Cambria County Airport for the Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, in Pennsylvania, USA. She has worked for the federal agency for 18 years and been recognized by her employer for helping the elderly to make COVID-19 vaccine appointments. Seniors have been the most vulnerable group during the pandemic. Many of them don't possess a computer or have the computer skills to register online for vaccinations. As a result, the registration rate of senior citizens in the U.S. is relatively low. Ms. Lamanaka volunteered her time to help the elderly book vaccine appointments by sacrificing her sleep. To work more efficiently, she set her alarm for 3 times, 12:30, 2:30, and 4:30 a.m., and lined up all the devices she had, including 2 computers, 3 cell phones, and 3 tablets to make the appointments. It was not an easy task, as most of the time, the registration system couldn't handle the heavy flow, so Miss Lamanaka had to be patient. As the appointments get snapped up quickly, she constantly hit the refresh buttons to try and get slots, and said, "I might refresh 100 times in 2 minutes." In 3 weeks, Ms. Lamanaka successfully made more than 50 vaccine appointments. She has also used her off days to take the elderly to get vaccinated, with her 13-year-old son Gino tagging along to help fill out the required forms. 5 times she has driven seniors 2 hours to Pittsburgh from her hometown to get vaccinated. Ms. Lamanaka is a compassionate and humble person. When praised, she said that helping people in need is simply the right thing to do. A young man provides another good example of kindness. Stephen Nava is a 21-year-old who once was a Fontana Unified School District student in California, USA. In early March 2021, he noticed an older man staying in his car with all his belongings. The car was in a parking lot close to his home. After observing for a few days, he was shocked to learn that the person inside was his former substitute math teacher, Mr. Jose Viruel. Mr. Viruel, known affectionately as Mr. V by the students, resigned from teaching in May 2020 because the school district had turned to virtual learning. Mr. V used his pension to pay his debts, and the only income he had was a monthly Social Security check. He was sending most of it to his ailing wife in Mexico. Mr. Nava decided to help his teacher, so he created a GoFundMe fundraiser and posted his teacher's story on social media to ask for financial help. Mr. V's circumstances touched the hearts of his former students, local residents, numerous strangers, and even Fontana, California City Mayor, the Honorable Aquanetta Warren, who was one of Mr. V's former students. Within 24 hours, the fundraising account raised more than the initial goal of $5,000. March 11th, 2021 was Mr. V's 77th birthday. Mayor Warren, together with other local residents at the Fontana Community Senior Center, celebrated Mr. V's special day and presented him with a $27,000 check from the fundraiser. This life-changing moment touched the heart of Mr. V deeply. He told a journalist, "My initial thought was, am I dreaming? The greatest feeling that I have right now is like an obligation that I need to do a lot for the world. And the greatest feeling is I can do it, and I'm going to find a way to do it." Well done, Mr. Stephen Nava. We admire your love and compassion. Your kind action has changed a person's life forever and brought peace and hope to a gentleman in need. We will now pause for a constructive message and be back with more inspiring and uplifting stories. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Vegan, that's how we show true love. Welcome back to Being Guardian Angels for Each Other, Part 1 of 2 on Supreme Master Television. Another touching story happened in a coffee shop. During the pandemic, many small restaurants and coffee shops have been struggling to survive. One such place is Fonte's Coffee in Louisville, Kentucky, USA. It couldn't open for business during a lockdown because it neither had a drive-thru nor a curbside pickup service. As a result, the owner, Leo Fonte, could only close the business. However, Mr. Fonte told Louisville TV station WLKY that he didn't want to lay off any of his staff, stating, "We want to keep them employed." Then one day, the coffee shop received a kind donation of $1,000 from a regular customer. That already helped a lot as the shop barely had any income. But his kindness didn't stop there. Mr. Fonte said, then he came back and said, "How's it going?" I said, "Really well." He said, "I'd like to do another $1,500. With the $2,500 donated, the patron wanted to give free cups of coffee to any locals visiting the shop. What a kind gesture from the customer whose financial contribution helped many people. The following story shows that we should always do whatever we can to help each other. Mitchell Couch is a resident of Lemoore, California, USA. When the pandemic forced schools to shift to distance learning, he noticed that many kids, including his own 4, were using the kitchen table for online learning, which interfered with family time due to the learning materials being scattered all over. As an experienced carpenter for 20 years, he decided to build desks for his kids so that they each had their own place to study and store their books and supplies. After a few hours, he made 2 desks and posted them on social media. He then started to get feedback and questions from the community about those desks, so much so that he made a short video on YouTube with step-by-step instructions to teach people how to build the desk themselves. His small action inspired more people. Not only did many others follow in his footsteps, but the owner of a local supermarket offered him free materials if he could produce more. Mr. Couch immediately accepted the challenge and in a week built 35 more desks. Since then, Mr. Couch has set up a GoFundMe page to help raise funds to build 100 more desks. Leamore is an agricultural area with many farm families that need desks to help their kids focus on virtual learning. The finished desks have been delivered to local students as well as the surrounding rural areas, all free of charge. Mr. Couch emphasizes the importance of helping the local community. He said, "Sometimes we look at things on a national or worldwide level and it can bring us down. When you focus on those around you, you can have the greatest impact by just helping and being charitable with your neighbors and friends." What a wonderful act of kindness to help kids during this challenging time. It is often said that we're blessed more when we give rather than when we receive. Supreme Master Ching Hai teaches her disciples to follow this principle.
有给别人那种需要人的时候，你会觉得心里好舒服，好像自己拿到一样。你会感觉到那个人舒服的，所以他快乐就变成你快乐，因为你了解清楚那个人现在感觉怎么样。就像他那个饿的人能够拿到食物，你知道他怎么感觉吗？我们知道怎么感觉啊，同样嘛，我就变成那个人了，所以我觉得好高兴，就这样啊，我给谁那个人就变成我了。我就觉得很高兴，跟他一模一样，不过我比他高兴，你知道为什么吗？因为我又感觉到他的那种高兴，我又知道我自己给他高兴，所以两双我比他高兴，给那个人比那个瘦的人高兴，就是这样子。所以你不给不帮的太可惜了，太可惜。你们呢，透过那个机会得到快乐高兴的。我不是强迫你们要好，也不是那个，真的是一个机会给你高兴快乐。
Thank you, Shining viewers, for being with us today. Please join us again next Tuesday, September 14th, for Being Guardian Angels for Each Other, Part 2 of 2. May we join each other to create more loving friendships through unconditional support and help during times of need. Vegan, because we choose to be noble.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/GPGW.